Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to the American Idol recap right here on Q Hollywood for Get Real LOL. This is a place where you can feed your pop culture and reality television addiction 24/7. Make sure you guys are following us on Facebook and Twitter to get your fix every single day. For those of you who are thinking to themselves about why they should be trusting me or even listen to me when it comes to American Idol, all I want to say is that I can literally tell you every single thing that there is to know about the show. I can tell you who sang what song on what week of which season. No joke, I've attended the show so many times. I would say by this point maybe 25, 30 times. It's now my time to share with you all of my knowledge about American Idol. So we are going to start this episode by breaking down the talent from the first week of auditions. And later on in the show, I will be joined by last season's third place finisher, Jax. And this is going to be pretty exciting for you guys. She has a contest for you guys if you want to win a signed picture from Jax herself. This was the first week of the farewell season of American Idol, and it had all of the feels going on. It was so emotional. I don't even want it to end. It's going to be so sad. But this week, Idol visited Atlanta, Georgia, and Denver, Colorado for its first stop of auditions, and we saw some pretty good talent. I'm going to highlight some of the best auditions that we saw. So, starting with the first audition of the night and of the season, I should add, Michelle Marie. The 15-year-old has been dreaming about this since she was only 4 years old, and she sang Blue by LeAnn Rimes, and she had such a great yodel-like break in her voice, let alone you can't help but just love her. There was no doubt that she was going to go through to Hollywood, so I cannot wait to see how far she goes in the competition. Then Lee Jean came into the audition room. Harry was standing in the corner, Keith was sitting in front of the table, and Jennifer Lopez was laying on top of the judges' table because, as they all say, they all got a little antsy, needed to move around. So Lee sang Ed Sheeran's Icy Fire, and he had a voice that I did not expect out of him. He had a total singer-songwriter vibe to him, and that mixed with his style and his look is something that the industry does not have right now. So I definitely think that he has an advantage with that. 25-year-old Joshua Wicker is someone we definitely need to remember. He sang Stay by Rihanna and was absolutely incredible. As I was listening to him, I could picture him singing kind of like a Mumford & Sons song, maybe I Will Wait. I could totally hear that. Can't you guys let me know? So obviously the first day of auditions went extremely well, but the second day's auditions in Little Rock, Arkansas and San Francisco, California had to be one of the best audition days Idol has seen in a very long time. Making it one of the best days was Trent Harmon, and he sang an Alan Stone song, and he crushed it. He is another one that can totally go far in the competition. He was so good that the judges unanimously, I cannot talk, unanimously agreed that after his audition is when the competition actually started. He talked about living on a 200-acre farm and a restaurant there and making the steak and everything and being a total country boy. So you expect him to be a country singer. But when he opened his mouth to sing, he was a soul singer. JLo could not believe what was happening. She kept repeating, I just can't. I just can't. And Jen, I can't either. Trent is going places, mark my words, people. Next, we have Brooke Sample, aka the girl who kept saying she was sorry. She took on the Dixie Chicks, and she also has an incredible voice. And as the judges pointed out, which I saw for myself, I'm sure you guys did too, she definitely needs help with her confidence. She is such a pretty girl. She has such a great voice. There's no real reason for her to keep being sorry. Her personality, listen to this, guys. Her personality reminds me of a mixture of Adele and Jennifer Lawrence, which, by the way, is a total compliment if you are watching. And that's because the two of them are absolutely everything. They are like the two biggest people in Hollywood. Next up was 16-year-old Olivia Rocks. So she's from Agora Hills, the same city that I am from, actually where I'm taping the show right now. So I'm really rooting for her. Olivia, note for you. Bring the hometown parade to Agora for the final season, please. So during her audition, she sat at the piano and did a beautiful rendition of Bruno Mars's If I Was Your Man. Harry said that she had such a beautiful voice, and I completely agree. I cannot wait to see more of her because just one audition was not enough. The last audition of the week was Tristan McIntosh. When I first saw her, I immediately thought that she looked like Alicia Keys, and J-Lo said the same thing. So basically, JLo and I were on the same wavelength, which means we're best friends now, right? I mean, I could text her up and just say hey, right? Well, anyway, she blew away the competition, and then Harry read a letter from Tristan's mother, who is overseas fighting in the military right now. Tristan and her mother are really, really close. It was for Tristan not to have her mother there. But after Harry read her note, her mother came from behind the wall and surprised Tristan. And it had literally everyone in tears, including Keith. We saw it, Keith. We saw it. So anyway, by the way, if you didn't know, Tristan is going to Hollywood because she's absolutely insane and everyone loved her more than any contestant that day. All right, so we are off to such a good start, and I am already excited for next week. But what I am really excited for is Jax. Jax is here to talk with us about her Idol experience and her new single La La Land. Jax, thank you so much for coming on. As I see you are eating as per usual for all of our other interviews from Idol.
You make me hungry.
but why are we eating Taco Bell is the question. We should have gotten that.
Because Rayvon stole my taco.
I saw that. Well, actually, okay, I wanted to say, first of all, you're talking about your music video for La La Land. And I'm obsessed with the song, and in the music video, there actually is a taco. So was that inspired by my interviews to eat during your music video?
Yeah, I totally thought of you.
Okay, good.
Where's the taco? Hello, Andrew Dunn.
But, okay, so first of all, so what was the whole inspiration behind La La
Land? Well, I mean, once I got off the show, once I got off the tour, I kind of locked myself down that basement right there. For like a week, and it's hard to write when you're in the midst of everything. So once I got home, it kind of just like splurged out, and I didn't even like eat or sleep or bathe for like 4 days. And I finally came up to the sunlight with like a notebook full of stuff. Like I got a record. It's like a full record of music basically in like a matter of days, which didn't. It was like unhealthy, but I needed that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I said I wasn't gonna kind of dwell on it. I was gonna move past it and start writing and everything like that. But I think that I needed this closure, and I need to be real with the fans because it's a huge part of who I am as an artist now. I'm a totally different artist than I was before the show because I went through a lot, and I feel like I was almost kind of forced to grow up really, really fast in a short amount of time. But yeah, I think that I really needed everybody to know my truth. And if you look in the description of the video, I kind of give a brief like background of why I kind of felt like it was necessary for me to be honest with everybody and tell my story, because not everybody could have been behind the scenes, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm not grateful for the experience and the platform and the national exposure, because I would do it again in a heartbeat. I'd tell everybody that, and it's just not as glamorous as it seems, and not to be punny, it's not always what it seems behind the scenes, and it's not always what you read, and there's a lot of things that you can't really tell just by watching 90 seconds of me on TV.
But for the album, I heard that you're in the studio and you're writing some stuff. Can we see any collaborations with fellow idols or with anyone, really?
Possible collaborations. I haven't done any things with any idols yet. This video was the closest I've come to that, which was, by the way, awesome to have all my friends back. Everybody was here. I was just taking pictures and sending them to like Didi Banami and Sal. We have a big group chat going from the video.
I actually do want to talk to you about everyone in the video too.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, I don't have anything booked right now, but I'm sure in the future, like me and Rayvon and me and Nick, we'll probably get together and do stuff. I love all of them so much. So.
So as you said in the video, you had some past idols. Rayvon, who I've actually hung out with since the show ended, and a bunch of other idols. How was it being back with everyone and getting back together?
Amazing.
I figured.
It always feels good. I've seen Rayvon and Nick a bunch after the show. Clark once or twice, and that when I was out in Nashville writing, and it's nice to have the whole crew, anybody who was part of the experience behind the scenes, and I know it's kind of like it goes with the theme of the song, but it's like a different kind of bond and relationship that you have with these people because they get it. They get what your year has been like,
Right. As I mentioned before, you are writing, you're back in the studio. Do you have any, some sort of date for an album or to release new music? Or another single?
No date yet, but I have a lot of music.
Good.
I'm clueless. I have to, it's all a matter of when and who I release it with, I have to figure all that out. There's a lot of new opportunity that kind of just hit me after the show and the tour, and I kind of have to navigate my way through it and pick and choose who I want to be working with and who I trust. And it's a lot this year, but you will be hearing new music because I can't stop writing.
Good, I like it. I wanted to talk about the tour a little bit. I saw you guys on tour, hung out with you guys for a little bit one of the days when you were in LA. And you guys, you seemed like you guys were having the absolute time of your lives. How can you describe the tour?
I'm so happy to say, how can you describe the tour in one word? Because I get that question.
No, just describe it.
So many words. That was probably the highlight of it all. And like the show, I mean, the tour isn't always what it seems either, right? You see what you see on stage, and then there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. It's grueling, and it's still the same. It's the same productions from American Idol as the whole. So it's kind of a tale of what the season was. So I'm not. So people, I could expect people to be like, yeah, well, so you're writing a song about whatever you went through on the show, but you had no problem going on tour, and there was, you didn't write about it then. And I was going through a lot since probably the first week of the show. I was going through. Everybody was, I think. It's not humanly natural, the entire process. The music industry isn't humanly natural. I don't think. It's like going on tour is brutal. I mean, you're in different time zones and with people in close quarters. But I always tell people, I was like, I've heard about past contestants, other seasons that just didn't get along. And we were so fortunate. We always laughed on the tour bus. We were like, oh my God, guys, can you imagine we hated each other? And we actually loved each other so much. We're all best friends and family. And I mean, we're so happy that we were fortunate enough to have that top 5 together. Because I would do it for my whole life. I would be spending it in a 2-foot bunk bed area with Rayvon. I don't care. I mean, Rayvon. So.
I have a few Twitter questions from some fans. This one, we've kind of gone over this a little bit. This is from @Marissa Netfield. She wanted to know how you sorry?
I know who that is.
Oh, perfect.
The girls in the music video I invited.
Oh, that's awesome. She wanted to know how you were able to handle the pressure backstage and behind the scenes of Idol.
I totally wasn't. I'm not as cool as you think I am. No, listen, I think it was helpful to have your friends around you and the other idols going through it with you. There's no right way to handle it. I remember the whole entire time, Nick and I were usually sitting next to each other. They usually had us seated next to each other on those light-up chairs. And I would be, punching him so hard. Oh, my God, I'm getting cut right now. I'm getting cut right now. He's like, shut up. You're not getting cut. I'm getting cut. You sit there, the whole time. It's not normal. Like I said, it's not really human, the whole thing. And I always, I don't even watch the Grammys or the Oscars anymore because I, watch them get on stage, these artists, and I'm I cringe for them. National television, it's just so crazy. It's not easy. But you know what? I did some yoga.
Good.
Did some yoga. I tried to eat healthy. The fans really got me through it. They helped me stay confident and confident. And yeah, so I mean, I guess I can say mostly the fans were helpful. Going home and reading their reviews every night really helped. So.
So we have another Twitter question from @Cindy Nesh. Nesha, so I want to say it's Nesh. What was one of your favorite moments?
On the show?
Yes. On the show.
On the show. I think, as I always say, performing with Steven Tyler. Actually, I think a moment that I appreciated more, I was thinking about it recently. Yeah, almost for that exact question. I love, obviously, Steven Tyler for sure. But I loved. One time I remember everyone had fallen asleep on the jet plane, and come back from Nashville, and that was our first time on private jet and stuff like that. We were alone, and they didn't have any connections on this side, on the side.
That's dangerous.
So it was all of us on the jet plane. It was scary. We were in a thunderstorm. I remember Reggie was a fan of mine, the one who was flying the plane, and she let me fly the plane. And and Nick was sitting there we're all gonna die. My mom or stepdad on Twitter.
Oh my God.
I flew the plane. It was in the middle of a thunderstorm. I was like, oh my God, this is really happening right now. I know. I forgot that even happened. I'm just thinking about it today.
Oh, I'm with Nick on that one.
It brings back all kinds of weird nostalgia. So I can just remember it being all dark, and I had jelly beans and chocolates spread on the plane and stuff like that, and everybody was passed out in weird positions. Get comfortable on the plane. They're I was sleeping on some pull-out table, and Clark was out, and everybody was just sleeping. And
Did they know afterwards that you did fly the plane for a little bit?
No, it's a big question.
Well, we're breaking the news to them during this interview then.
Yeah, by the way, Clark almost killed that.
Our last Twitter question is from @the who was your favorite judge?
I hate that question. I think that's where we always the general consensus was not because Harry Connick Jr. was just really, really awesome. He was just really sweet to me after the show and after parties and everything. When you get to people think it was like it was on The Voice, and it's not. It's way different. We didn't really interact with the judges much behind the scenes. They kind of like to keep it really neutral and not biased. So every time we see them, they kind of just like that way, you know. It wasn't like they're being antisocial. It was just like that's kind of the deal with the show. But yeah, Harry Connick was really great. He was just such a great guy.
I feel like, I mean, I'm not a musician, but for you guys, I feel like he really loves the music. He gets into the technicality of it all.
He was really technical. But people are always like, I miss Simon, and I'm like, I think Harry was the Simon, except a little more. He was just a little more polite about it, and just like respectful, and he was really technical. He gave like real detailed answers. He was harsh, but at the same time he was real and he was factual about it. You may not always agree with him, but he gave a real answer for everything he felt, you know. So he rocked. He's really cool. I was always a fan of his, so.
That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah. Guys, want to sign a picture, you have to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Go on Twitter, share this video, and follow Kevin, and share that you actually subscribed, and then do that, and all the cards are in place for you with this
There we go. Twitter is @Kevin Zellman. Let's get this going. How about it?
@Kevin Zellman.
Perfect. Awesome. Jax, thank you so much for coming on and doing this. Your first interview of the season for the Idol Recap, so I can't thank you enough.
Yeah. Feels so special. That's awesome. Alright, I love you, dude. I'm going to tell everyone to say hi. Everyone loves you.
So you guys heard it from her. I'll break it down again. To win an autographed photo from Jax, all you need to do is 1, you need to subscribe to this channel. 2, you need to share this video. And 3, you need to tweet me @Kevin Zellman, showing me you subscribed and shared the video. And the first 5 people to do so will get an autographed photo from Jax herself. You guys, please make sure to come back here next week for the Idol Recap, as we will be discussing the second week of auditions, and we will be joined by another guest. I'm going to keep it a surprise, but you guys, this is really big. This person won the entire show. So we have an Idol winner on the show next week. If you think you know who it is, leave them in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's stay connected on Twitter using #IdolRecap so we can talk about the show all week long. Bye, guys.